You're about to see another one of my walks today. Where am I? I'm in a park whose name I don't know, somewhere in on the outskirts of Phuket town, and I discovered this place purely by accident on my way to immigration, and that road there leads to immigration. It's about 5 kilometers down that particular road. Riding past, I noticed that there is a running track that looks to me as though it ran all the way around the park. In fact, if you look behind me, you may be able to see the blue. I've got face track enabled at the moment, so it's keeping me in the shot. But behind me is it's marked blue anyway, and this track is 4 kilometers around, so it's not the longest walk I do. That is Bang Wad, and that is 6 kilometers, but it's pretty good, and on a good day I can go twice round, which makes it 8 kilometers. I think I've only done it once, maybe twice, and that's going some, especially as I walk twice a day. Don't forget, I've already walked once around Bang Wad this morning, which is 6.3 kilometers. So you can see we're approaching the main gate, and just over here is a lake that we're gonna walk around as part of our walk, but not all the way around, as you will see. And we're approaching the main road, and if we look down here on the running track, we'll see that this says 1 kilometer. So we're 1 kilometer into the walk, and I'll explain why this is a 4 kilometer walk as we go. So here we go, we're starting off now. I'll have to turn you off shortly because up in the distance I see the strimmer people are here cutting the grass. They can come to my garden and do it, but in the background there is the lake. And you can see somewhere here, yeah, every 200 yards they write the distance you've walked, you know, so you can always keep a pretty close check on things. Oh, there's a very rare sight, someone else on the track. Another good thing about this walk is that, unlike Bang Wad, it's not so crowded, and quite often I've got the place completely to myself. It's one of these places that, well, locals use it, but you very rarely see foreigners walking around here. So how am I doing? Well, I'm still trying to come to terms with being alone. I've got to say, it's not quite so bad as it was. It was like a complete and utter psychological collapse, you know. I love being, I'm so used to my own company. I love being on my own. No one to moan at me. I can do exactly what I want, blah, blah, blah. But all of a sudden, it kind of hit me like a hammer. And I kind of dread the night times. You know, I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping. I dread the nights. Daytime, I keep myself busy, either shopping or cleaning stuff and exercising. my good friend Phil says that I'm basically walking myself to death. He may be right. He may be right. We'll have to wait and see. But right now my standard procedure is to come out twice a day. Once, early in the morning, and once middle of the afternoon. Get back when the convenience store opens and buy myself a bottle or two of beer, which I'm trying to give up again. But I'll keep you posted on how that is going. As you've seen on some of my other posts, or most of the recent ones anyway, I have now developed a Saturday afternoon ritual. In the morning I go out and I do, my exercise. Then I catch the bus into Patong Beach. There are 2 buses an hour, and I go into Molly's bar for 2 or 3 hours. I take my computer, I do my emails, I listen to some, music videos and catch up on the world news and do all that kind of stuff. It's a real treat. So that's my Saturday ritual. And knock on wood for good luck, I intend to keep that up. And we're right at the end of the dry season now. It's just started raining, so I have to be careful. I was stupid. I came out without a plastic bag. This camera is not, with a capital N-O-T, waterproof. So if it starts raining now, I'm in deep shit. But I've got my fingers crossed. And this lake should come all the way up to, the bank there. But as you can see, it's receded all the way back down. It's never quiet in Thailand. You can see the strimmer man is in the field there. They've moved in today. Normally there is none of this streaming going on, but it's quite a common thing in Bang Wad. But today they followed me here. Now this is a part of the walk I don't like very much. It's too open. Just this part around the lake is, too open for my taste, but it's all part of it, and you have to get around it. But luckily it doesn't take all that long. And the lake is behind us now, so I'm entering the main part of the park, and here you can see the tennis courts. And no, this is not a tennis court, this is a five-a-side football court. And there are tennis courts over there, and basketball nets and everything. And ahead of us here is the blue painted track, which gets bypassed. It's all very, let's call it maintenance free, shall we? You've got to watch your step. A lot of this track is severely gnarled up because they don't look after it. They look after very little in this country, you'll find. So, but I'm grateful that I found it at all, because I've got sort of 3 main exercise areas. One is the Bang Wad Dam, 4 actually, no 5. One is the Bang Wad Dam, secondly is this place, thirdly there's the sea frontage that you've seen on other of my videos. That's in Phuket town too, not far from here actually. And then there's the walk between Qatar and Karon, which I don't do too often now because it means there's a horrendous bike ride through Patong Beach and out the other side to get to it. And I'm less and less willing to do it. And for that reason, or rather, walk number 6 doesn't get done too often either, which is just the 3 miles up and down the beach in Patong Beach. I sort of do that on the, no I don't, no I was going to say on my Saturday treat, I just catch the bus in and get off the bus and walk in the pub, so that's not it. But occasionally I do ride the bike into Patong Beach and walk up and down the beach occasionally. Yeah, I'm just mucking around. It's been a long time since I've used this camera, so I'm mucking around with the pan. I'm not even trying the zoom, although it's got it. So once I set it, it's going to keep my head roughly in that shot where I set it. So I hope you like it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I'm sorry. But anyway, we'll continue. Now here's where the first little problem arises. They've put a barrier right across the front of the running track, and what you've got to do is to walk over here and join a new running track which has completely different distances marked on it, but that's not for long. If you pan over here, you can see the old track running alongside it, and this grass seriously needs cutting, so it'll be on that sometime soon, I should think. It's for the people that tend the gardens, it's a fourth bridge job, you know. By the time they finished cutting shit, it's time to start mowing it again. And I'm finding that in my garden, in my house. I spent not a lot of money, I must admit, having guys come and heavily prune all the trees back down again. And now it's less than a month, and in a couple of days they're coming back to start pruning down the bushes, because the trees are all right, you know, they take a long time to grow, but the bushes just grow like hell and they all need cutting back again. So yeah, it's a never-ending job, and it's not. I could do it, but the problem is getting rid of the rubbish. You know, getting that down to wherever I can dump it. That's my huge problem. Yeah, in the middle of everything, that was Noise. She just called me. Her working patterns are different. Saturday and Sunday. Today is a Sunday, so you know she calls early. So that's why I don't do more of it myself. You see, here is where I come off this new path and take a little detour over some rough gravel and walk over this. This is typical Thailand, you know, absolutely typical Thailand. And walk over this temporary bridge, trying not to break my legs. And if all goes well, here's another temporary bridge. If all goes well, I'm back on the main running stroke walking track again, and on we go. Maybe I'll try a little digital zoom on post-production, but there is a lake there and there is a nice bridge across it. I've never walked over it, I probably never will, but it's not part of my walk. My journey lies around here. There's quite an extensive water system here as well. This is all part of a citywide let's call it a canal project, although you can't take canal boats down it. You can see it's full of weirs and whatever, you know, but yeah, it's all part of a citywide water distribution project. It leads the excess water in the rainy season out to the sea. And you can see that it's lots of nice trees and shade and all sorts of good stuff. So, you know, it's just a reasonably nice place to be. Luckily today it's not too hot, so we're not suffering too much, but this last 2 months has been murderous, absolutely murderous. Last month my air conditioning bill was 5,000 baht. Normally it's about 2,800, you know. So I hope there's enough money in the bank that comes from to cover it. I'm guessing yes, because I haven't had any panic notifications, so you know, we'll see. Anyway, lovely bits of shade, and we'll just keep on. Now, I don't know how well this comes across here, but the algae growth in this lake right now is huge. You know, it's like a green machine. It's amazing. In some places they have stirrers. There's one kind of right there. It's not working at the moment, but that should be stirring all the crap up, but for some reason or other it's switched off. And as you can see, a nice view. This part of the lake isn't so bad. You can see maybe in the distance one of those machines stirring up the water. I'll do a zoom in on it in post-production. But yeah, it's all pretty nice, you know. It makes a nice walk. I don't do it very often. Most of my exercise is taken around Bang Wat. This is flat all the way around, completely and utterly flat. Whereas Bang Wat, you've got to take the rough with the smooth and enjoy the downhill bits and fight the uphill bits. So it's all part of the fun. But yeah, this is flat as a pancake, so no stress and not so much energy expended. Yes, and as I like to say, the bastards are up to something. They're flattening all this out. I don't know what they're doing, but it was a shithole when it was started, this little area, and they can only but improve it, can't they? So let's hope that's what they managed to do. I mean, let's face it, right now it looks and it smells like an open sewer, so I'm not too impressed. Another shot across the lake from a slightly different angle, but shows you now we're out of nose shot of that open sewer. It's all quite nice again. Now there was a big hoo-ha when these things turned up, and electric scooters. This is an electric bike for those that haven't got enough energy to walk around the park on their own. There are also, I can't see one from here, but there are also lots of electric scooters that get abandoned. So when they first came on the scene in Patong Beach, there was a huge hoo-ha about it from the police or the road traffic authority, or whatever they call themselves, that they weren't licensed, i.e. no one had paid any money and they were strictly illegal. Get them off the road, and they were still renting them to tourists, but then nicking the tourists and fining them. Now they've all disappeared. I haven't seen any being used on the actual road itself, so I thought, you know, that some money would change hands magically and it would all come good, but there are plenty of them in this park. So I think what you do is, here, here's one, here's a couple of them here. What you actually do is you put your credit card in there, I guess, and it gives you so long, and you can go where you want, but I don't think you can go on the road. I think it's illegal, but who knows what's illegal around here. It all depends whether the relevant money's changed hands or not. Despite me yakking on about everything, we've got round here pretty quick. Now the reason I called this video Phukassic Park is because it's got its dinos here, and I thought they'd taken them away because I walk past them pretty well every day, and I haven't noticed them for a long time, so I came back today to check out and shoot this video to put it into the main one. And this is our old friend T-Rex. What's the guy that studies dinosaurs? Paleontologist? Is a paleontologist's nightmare. This is the way they used to mount T-Rexes in museums, you know, sitting on its tail. They didn't realize it was designed as like a cantilever bridge with the tail sticking out horizontally at the back, balancing the head, which here is much too small. But anyway, this is their version of it. And here we got Stegosaurus, and these are the only two dinos in the park, but I got to say, Thai people love their dinosaurs. There's been quite a few found in this country, especially up north in the Isan area where Noi comes from. There's you know, a lot of dinosaur exhibits up there, and it's quite a good place to go. There's a large paleontological, aka archaeological dig that's been turned into a museum and left open for donkey's years, you know. So I visited that a couple of times, and I daren't say that I'm looking forward to going back, because it's tempting too many devils. But anyway, Phukassic Park, here we are, dinos akimbo. Here we are, here is the finish line. So that's the end of the 4 kilometers, and here is the start, which is 0 kilometers. So we're exactly 1 kilometer away from where I left the bike. Here I mentioned the river system earlier, and you can see this is where all the water, you know, flows out to the sea. The excess water, that is. It's not much of it right now, but it'll flow under that road and it'll link up to another drainage system, and after that, God knows where it goes. Anyway, we're not far to go now, so we just keep on going. Well, I said it before, the bastards are up to something. This definitely wasn't here the last time I came. It always makes me nervous. What I suspect they're doing, we look around here, is taking this opportunity to clear out this lake of all the shite that that accumulates. And one thing I've noticed, you can't really see it from here, but one thing I've noticed is that there's a wreck of an old boat in the middle of the lake that I haven't seen before. And if you come around here, look, they've been you know, remodeling the banks. This should be full. They've been remodeling the banks. The wreck of the old boat is just out there somewhere like that. I'll see if I can get closer. Well, it's not a boat, but I haven't seen it before. It looks like some old discarded hoarding, maybe from some long gone, long forgotten show they had here many moons ago. As this part here is usually, you know, deep under the water. So I think I'd be in the water normally. So let's go back up again. I reckon this is where I'm standing is about full level here. So, you know, it shows you what's been going on. Very low water levels right now. Anyway, we are almost back at the bike. So you can see here is the running track we're getting onto. Another couple of e-bikes just here. And another couple of e-scooters too. But for me today, the war is over, and all but a few meters. This is 4 kilometers. Here is the bike. Rinse and repeat for 8 kilometers, but I'm not doing that today. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the walk around whatever this park is called with me. I'll find out one day and let you all know. Bye bye.